Welcome back to another episode of In the Spotlight, and we're very proud to have with us another amazing Greek from abroad. Our featured guest today is Emmy Award-winning director Athina Krikeli. Along with the Emmy Award, Athina has also received 4 Telly Awards. First International Award from former President of Greece, Kostis Stefanopoulos, first Pride Award in Cannes for the political documentary The Enclaved, an Award of Excellence from the International Best Short Competition, and an Award of Merit from the International Independence Festival for her first documentary about Mount Olympus. Her radio show, Our Own, is a permanent exhibition of the Museum of Television and Radio in New York City and San Francisco. She is the founder of ELLOPIA Media Group and ELLOPIA Press Magazine and was a war correspondent for over 10 years for the American Press. She currently works independently with National Geographic and the United Nations. Athina Krikeli is the only Greek judge who votes at the New York Film Festival and the Emmys. Athina, oh my God, what a huge, long list of accomplishments.
Yes,
I'm
and
so
if you
proud.
ask me how all this thing happens, I don't know, but it sounds a lot.
Well, you accomplished it because you're a wonderful producer, a wonderful director. You do wonderful things. I mean, your career began in journalism and then evolved into all these other wonderful fields of media. Tell us about your experience. How did your career evolve into filmmaking, documentary making?
Well, I grew up in a family where my father was a journalist in Greece, in Thessaloniki. My mother used to work in a newspaper there where the big like love story occurred. And my brother is a journalist in Greece.
It's in the family.
I know. And then when I was growing up, I said to my parents one day, I said, you know what, I'm going to become a journalist. I mean, they weren't surprised because everywhere you turn, there were like newspapers. So, but I said, I don't want to become a political journalist. I want to do something else.
But you covered the politics and war for 10 years. How was that?
Tough.
You were a woman covering the war. Which war did you cover? Tell us some of those experiences.
Everything after 1987, all the wars after 1987. Serbia, Kosovo, Sierra Leone, Sarajevo, Tibet, Kashmir, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. And
Were your parents worried?
Well, my father knew every step of my trips. My mother didn't, because I didn't want to.
She wouldn't accept it. She would worry. No.
But my father knew everything. I got captured in Turkey. I got shot in Afghanistan. I mean, my father knew all of these stories. But that was a good part because I believe deep down it makes me a better person. Because the more suffer you see, the less things you take for granted. Mm-hmm. You become a more humble person, and you try to do your part. You don't try to show off, and you don't try to make things for the others. I wake up every morning and I'm trying to do things for myself.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, to do things that I believe that they're right.
What are some things that you thought, covering your corresponding during the war, what are some things that you saw that were not coming out correctly in the press? What are some of the things that you wanted to get out in the press? And what were some things that you thought were unjust?
Well, I think the whole war situation, it's an unjust situation. Nothing comes out, or I shouldn't say nothing, but 80% comes back not real.
Because so the stories that you covered, 80% wasn't real of what was going on during the war.
You see, the actual news are coming out correctly, but the whole situation of the war, people think, when you see, let me give you an example. You go to war, to any kind of war, or a bombing, or whatever, and then you go there and you shoot with your still camera or with your colleagues with a video camera or something. When you see the footage, it looks so artistic that it hurts because it's so unreal. So people back into the like their safe sofa or their safe countries where no war, they don't have any war experience. When they see these pictures from the war, they cannot really understand how painful and how scary war is. Because they see a picture that they could be part of a nice movie. Because you cannot really see the difference. Movies are so realistic, and the real thing, it's so no realistic that they come together, and you cannot really see what it's real and what it's not. So when people see a scene of a war, for like people lying on the floor, like pieces and whatever, they're okay with it because they saw it in the movies.
Right.
But when you're there and you're covering it, part of you dies there.
Because you're living it in reality.
Exactly, exactly. And it's so frustrating because you cannot bring that back. You cannot grab a person and tell him, look, it's not what you see. Do you know that death has a smell? I mean, I share this experience with people that we were together in different kind of situations, and all agree to that. We all agree to that. That death has a smell. Fear has a smell. I mean, it's a completely different situation that you put your brain, your soul, your heart. You're afraid every single second, and then when you have to send the news back, or when you have to write a script or create a story, it doesn't come out
the way it is
the way it is, because the directors, and I'm coming back to the movies again, they're doing such a great job, and they make it look so realistic. So when you come from a war situation and you tell the story, it's okay, we've seen that in the movies, but yeah, you know what? People are dying, and people are suffering, and people are continuing dying, even if it's Christmas, or if it's Easter time, or if it's a day or night. People are dying as we speak.
So you don't feel that there is any sympathy towards this in the news world?
No, no.
It's just black and white letters.
Yeah, because, I mean, the big money are out there. You know, people are making money by selling guns, and I mean, wars are in their hands in order to become more rich. So there is no way that you can stop. If humanity wanted to stop wars, there were going to be no wars tomorrow. But it's not going to stop, ever.
What are some of the moments that you faced real danger? Tell us a little bit. Share some of the memories that you have that still remain with you, that brought you fear. They're instilled within you very deeply.
There are a lot of times that I thought I was dead or I was going to die. And I was so afraid that it's not joke. You feel that it's a very strange feeling to know that, okay, you know what, this is how it happens. Now it's my last moments. I didn't see anything passing by in front of me.
So it was one of those times when you were captured. You mentioned you were captured.
I was in a Turkish jail for 4 days.
Why were you in jail? And
I was going to Kurdistan, and they got me and my colleague, and I spent 4 days in a Turkish.
Even that you had press passes and press
forget it.
clearance.
Come on, we're talking about Turkey here, you know. There, I didn't.
How did you get out?
Well, the embassy came, and the
American embassy,
the Greek embassy.
The Greek embassy.
Yeah, that was like back in 1991, and there I didn't fear anything because I couldn't feel anything. I was beaten up so much that I couldn't really know if I was.
So you were physically abused?
Yes. Yeah. 27 broken bones. Are they enough for days? Yes, they are. Well, I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and every time I was coming back from a battle or from a situation that I thought I wasn't going to be able to come back in one piece, I knew that I had to continue what I do, because whatever doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And I think I have a lot of things to do. And I don't believe the people that they say, oh, you know what, you're only one person, what you can do? Yeah, I don't have the power to change the world, but I have the ability to power my voice. And I'm going to do that until...
You were also, during that time, one of the very few women correspondents, and you were documenting the war. You were out there with just one cameraman, no protection except papers, of which are easily can disappear if one wants.
Exactly.
And so that danger didn't scare you. You are it's like you are a warrior at heart. You can see the fire in your eyes and your mission. So did you come back a changed woman? Is Athina the same Athina prior to these experiences?
Definitely not.
Who is the new Athina?
Oh, the new Athina is a person who really wants to do big things. And
no more war things, but other things.
Well, no more war things, but I should put like 3 dots there, because you never know. You never know. I really like to do things that other people cannot do, not because they're not able to, because there are a lot of journalists that they really want to do what I do, but they have families, they have kids. I don't. So
you chose the life of...
I chose, exactly. And
adventure.
I like to do things that...
investigating and...
people cannot really have their hands there for different reasons. I can do it, and
What is, in a few words, give me your take on the wars that you covered. Just 3 words on each war.
Wow.
You lived it, you experienced it, you documented
Stubborn.
it. So which war are we talking about?
Okay, my worst war was Syria, because I had to go and we had to film the massive graves of children in Syria. So on the number of 400 something, I stopped counting. After I come back from every war, I think that I have more reasons to be alive and do the right thing. What is the right thing? Maybe my right thing is the wrong thing for other people, but at least I go to sleep and have my conscience.
There are many people living abroad that can't even fathom these type of things, yet they're occurring on a daily basis.
Right.
And these wars aren't touching people that are living in the United States or in very safe environments. You left a safe environment and you covered these things. Yeah. You're the new Athina, and by covering these wars, you experienced the reality of the war. So the Syria war, the reality of it was?
Madness. It's the same thing in every war. I mean, if you say, what is the difference that you find, that you experience in these wars? Just the language, or maybe the scenery. The madness. Madness. I mean, people are dying, and people are killing each other for no reason. I mean, yes, we create reasons to make people fanatic.
So the wars were over. You returned back to America, and you continued your career in journalism, but then you evolved into a documentary maker. Tell us a little bit about that. You have a 12-part series.
Well, 3 years ago, a friend of mine said to me, come with me, we're going to go to the top of Mount Olympus. Have you ever been there? I'm like, no. He says, okay, no, you should go. I'm like, am I going to be able to do it? He said, yeah, well, I think so. It's okay. So we went up there, and that was my first time at Pantheon, which is the top of Mount Olympus. And I fall in love with the place. And I said, okay, you know what? I have to do something about my land. I have to do something about my country. And then I went online to find documentaries and products and films from Greece made about Mount Olympus in English. And there was nothing. I said, okay, you know what, we have to do something. Definitely we have to do something. So I went back and we did the first documentary that it's called Alesana, The Secret Path to Mount Olympus, because we chose not the Litochoro, which is the official gate to Mount Olympus, we chose Alesana from Thessaly to go up. And that documentary is a short documentary, and it got 2 first prize awards, the Award of Merit and the Award of Excellence here in the United States. And that gave me the idea, and it showed me how much the American people and the people abroad, from people outside of Greece, they really appreciate and they really want to know about Mount Olympus. And then what really make me decide that, you know what, we have to go and do like a 12 episode series about Mount Olympus, because 12 were the gods, was Annie Rasius. Annie Rasius is an American geologist who lives in Greece for the last 40 years. And she did a research about Mount Olympus that it lasted for 10 years. She lived there for 10 years. And when she saw the first documentary, she came to me and she said, you know what, I have something to give you. I'm like, yes, what? And I was like, oh my God, she's going to criticize my approaching and everything. And she hands me this like huge book, like 400
archives.
Archives. She says, use it. This is my research about Mount Olympus. You're free to use it because I'm sure you're going to do something about it and you're going to create something that we're both going to be very proud of.
That's fantastic.
So I started reading this, like, oh my God, I have no idea what she was talking about, you know, this horology, and it was hard at the beginning. And then I started getting more into it and more into it. I'm like, oh my God, we have to do a documentary that it's going to be the first of the 12 documentaries. And the name, of course, is The Creation of Mount Olympus. And according to Annie Rasius, we had to go, and this is what we did with this documentary, we had to go back 250 million years ago when Mount Olympus was a beach in Africa. And after the collision of the tectonic...
It broke apart.
And then Africa went under the European tectonic plate.
Yes.
And it took like 35 million years for Mount Olympus and some other parts to come up. And the story is fascinating. I mean, even the Greeks are going to have a fit because we didn't know the story. Yeah. Nobody bothered to go deep and research. And I'm not talking about journalists because it's very expensive to do something like that. I mean, the government. Of course. I mean, the people in Greece that we live in a place that wherever you turn, there is a history and there's a huge things, it's a huge story to say to the world. And we didn't do it. And the funny thing is, and the very strange thing was, the first documentary, we saw it at the Queen's College here. And the first questions that they came from the students after they saw the documentary were like, so, Mount Olympus, it's a real mountain? It really exists?
They thought it was a legend, it was a myth.
And I got so upset.
Well, they don't know. It's not written in any of our historical books.
Exactly, because we're stuck in our ancient Greek history and we don't do anything to show what it really is there. That Greece is not only blue waters. We have a lot of things to show. I mean,
we have a huge history, and mythology is intertwined within our Greece's history.
Right. So we started with the shooting
with real places. That's what people don't realize, that these places did exist. Yeah.
We went to.
They recently just discovered. Well, the History Channel they believe that Atlantis was in Santorini.
Yes.
That's their last. Yes. The archaeologists are saying that, you know, after much research and underwater research, they realized that was.
You know what
Atlantis.
it's really make me fascinating and be really in love with this production is we started the filming in June, and we finished with the Mountain Olympus at the end of August, and the whole team. There were Greek people, amazing cinematographers and photographers and people that they really love what they do.
Yes.
And we make like such a beautiful team. And don't forget that we worked during the capital control, that we had to go and stay at the ATM and get like $60 a day in order to put gas and stuff like that. But I think it sends the message out that even in the worst time, economical and financial time of Greece, we were able to create something so big and so beautiful and interesting.
Greeks were great under pressure, and they have become more creative. Some creativity has come out of this.
I know, yes.
For whatever reason, I don't know if it's the pain, it's the fear. It's bringing out a lot of the creative side of the Greeks.
To express, to have hope for the future. Yes. I mean, these people are so creative, and they stuck in this dark period where everybody is miserable, and of course, they have every right to be miserable, but they need to create. And we
creators should find some inspiration for creation, but you brought that inspiration to your team. You've created a wonderful, amazing documentary, of which also won an award. We can't wait to see it. Tell us a little bit more about where can one see it, where can one read more about all of these wonderful things you're doing?
Right. I mean, they can visit our website, the ELLOPIA TV.com. And they can see the first documentary there. They can also see it on YouTube. It's called Mount Olympus, Alesana, The Secret Path.
And we will air it also on New Greek television, so look out for it.
Oh yes, we're going to be honored for that. The second one that I should mention that the people that they're going to do the voiceover, the American guy is David Washington.
A famous voice. And when you hear him, you will...
He's an amazing guy, and I'm so glad that he's part of the documentary. He promised me that he's going to come this summer, because after he read the script, he's like, oh my God, I really want to come and see in my own eyes.
Yes, Greek history.
So hopefully we're going to have him this summer in Greece. And Ioannis Stratakis from Greece, he's an actor who has a beautiful voice, and of course you're going to have the chance to experience his voice. That he's going to do the small Greek ancient Greek part there. And Yorgos Hadjis is writing the music in Greece. He's a very talented and a very nice person. Everybody who got involved with this documentary, they put their soul in this, and that's what it's gonna. People are gonna see the difference, and I think we're gonna go for the big one this time.
Good.
We're gonna go for the Oscar.
Good. We're all gonna, and we must mention that you are the only Greek on the panel that judges for the Emmys.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
That's amazing because I had the opportunity to study by watching like hundreds and hundreds of documentaries of other people, how they approach their subjects. And okay, after like 27 documentaries that I create, I believe that the point of reference and what really makes you different from the others is just to say the story your own way and put your soul and your heart in there and treat it as a kid. I don't have kids, but every time I create a documentary,
like
I cry. I mean, I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, it's a baby, it's a new baby. It has a beginning and it grows until the end, and people watch it and have feelings about it. They like it or they don't like it. They're affiliated themselves. We make friends during the production. I have the chance to have like beautiful people working with me, and I'm so glad that they're part of this documentary.
Well, Athina, we're very happy you're representing Greece and the wonderful history of Greece and mythology of Greece in one. We will follow your work. We're very proud that you're Greek, and of course bringing all this to the Philippines as well, not just the Greek audience, and this is what makes it special. Keep doing it, keep creating, and keep evolving, because you're wonderful. And
thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Had you.
And I'm very proud and very honored that some of our documentaries are going to be shown on the.
We're very happy. Very happy.
Thank you so much.
We're going to have you back again. Everyone, look out for Athina Krikeli and all the wonderful documentaries that she's creating. Thank you again for joining us on In the Spotlight. Until next time, be good.